With great love and respect in my heart, I greet you from the holy city of Varanasi. It's a little cloudy day here, but the life is in full swing. Before we begin, let's take a moment to arrive. Wherever you are, just pull your spine straight. Open your shoulders. Close your eyes. Lighten your mind. Invite that peace, calming, cooling sensation in your eyes. Watch all the restlessness settling down, the way sand settles in a glass of water. Keep your attention on the breath. You are aware of the breath rising and expanding in your heart. As you breathe out, there is a feeling of settling down, restlessness, leaving. Keep it very simple. Just keep your attention on the breath. Breathing in, you are aware of the breath flowing in and its expansion within. Not trying to do anything, not trying to experience anything, not trying to get anywhere. Just be here now. You are aware of that restlessness of the mind, wanting to know what's next. What should I do? Nothing more, just sit, be still, and breathe. Relax your eyes a bit more. Facial muscles. Release their tension, and there is a feeling of blossoming of a flower. Now we are going to pause the breath wherever it is for a moment. Just pause it. Be aware of that breath remaining within. If there is any feeling of anxiety, just relax it. Practice relaxing into anxiety. And then release it very calmly. After a breath or two, we pause the breath again, wherever it is. I'm aware of my stillness. I'm aware of the stillness of the breath. I'm aware of the anxiety as well, but relaxing into it. Before you begin to stress, release it. And once more, pause it. Release it before you begin to stress out. Now we're going to take a nice deep breath in and hold it in. Hold it in. Your mind is resting in the center of the forehead. Breath is held within. Imagine the radiance around your face. Slowly release it. After a breath or two, we're going to breathe out completely and hold it. Breathe out completely and hold it. Let the mind rest in the center of the forehead while holding in Rechak in this state. You begin to feel your heartbeat. Before you stress, welcome a nice, gentle, smooth breath. Next, we are going to be aware of the stillness of our body by pausing the breath, stillness of the breath, and think about the stillness of your eyes. Once the eyes become still, mind becomes still. Stillness of the body, stillness of the breath, stillness of the eyes, stillness of the mind. Release the breath whenever you want. And take a few gentle breaths and open your eyes. Thank you for taking this time. This is the upasana of Pranamayi Bhagavati, upasana of Devi, the goddess, in the form of life-giving breath. That breath itself is that divine presence in our life. It is the breath that brings us back to life. It is the breath that keeps telling us, how am I living? When you are anxious, your breathing pattern changes. When you are calm, it's different. When you are excited, it's different. When you are angry, it's different. Our breathing pattern is constantly telling us where we are. And by being aware of this, we can change any situation that I am in. There is a whole text. It is called Swaroday. Swar plus Uday, rising of the swar, rising of the breath. And this text is vast. It talks about how to be with our breath, how to study our breath, how to do various things with our breath. It does not require anything from outside. It does not require smartphone, Google, YouTube, the seminars. Doesn't need anything. All it requires is your presence with that inner desire to know this about ourselves. Just this little practice that I have shared with you, if you just expand it a little bit, provided you carve out a little time for half an hour, when you are laying in bed, you are sitting around in your living room, just clearing out the time and doing this, you will see it changes. Whatever state of mind you are in, it changes. Waking up this morning, I was just walking around the grounds of the ashram, and everybody's awake. The birds are up, dogs are up, monkeys are up, and all the little critters that come and just cover the wall. It's they come in the night, they live for a very short time. They stick to the wall, and the whole wall looks like it's different color. Then the monkeys come in, and monkeys pick those little critters and eat them. And that's their breakfast. And I was just thinking, why this is such a nuisance to have these insects flying around and sticking to the wall and swirling around light. Once you are next to the river, you have all kinds of things, that pesky things. But these monkeys were having breakfast with those. And they were very happy. They were climbing up and grabbing and eating them. I said, well, everything has its purpose. It may be a little inconvenient for me, but maybe it's a little necessity for somebody else. And sometimes we get so caught up with me and my need and the way things should be, and our mind keeps going and we start finding solution for it, and or start blaming somebody for it. All those things happen. But if we look at in a little bigger picture beyond me and my need and my way of seeing the world, everything has its place. I have no reason to all get revved up. I was looking at the newspaper today, and there is a grandiose wedding happening in India. The richest man in Asia, his son is getting married, and they have invited Bill Gates and all the big names. And people on the social media complaining. He had a performer from US come in, paid gazillions of dollars, $2 million or $5 million. And people complaining that here in a country like India, somebody who has made it is spending their money this way. They could be doing lots of good for the poor. And that's my way of thinking, or that's somebody else's way of thinking. The man has created his wealth and he must have a reason to do this. You look at from a bigger picture, all these people, big names getting together, maybe something good will come out of it. Maybe India is only known as a poor country, and he wants to show that poverty is here, but the wealth is here too. So who knows what he's thinking? I may have my own judgment. Other people may have their own judgment. But as Baba says, we really have no business judging someone else. A blade of grass has its own place, and a mountain has its own place. Blade of grass has its own dignity, mountain has its own dignity. We cannot compare the two and get all excited about it. Judgment will come. We are human. Judgment will come. But may we not go too far with it and remain charged. This is why our daily practice of coming back to ourself, coming back to our simple practice that we know, that we can do without too much intellectual stimulation, without mind meddling in and saying there is something more I could do, all those things. Just doing something very simple, taking a little time every day, being grateful for all the blessings in my life is so important. Remaining agitated doesn't do any good to ourselves or those around us or anybody. Our dharma, our duty as a human being, as a conscious being, as a spiritual being, first is to ourselves, that I maintain my simplicity of the mind. I maintain my peace. When I'm peaceful, I see a solution to everything. When I'm agitated and angry or afraid, I see only solution my way. May we be in that state of mind. May we be a little free fear and anger and jealousy and revenge and hatred. Everything exists. Everything has its place. We don't know what the other person is thinking or why they are doing it. We cannot stop it too much. We can. There are some ways, but in the moment when I'm getting all worked up, I don't have to look at the other person. I have to look at myself. That is there a way to regain my balance, regain myself that has nothing to do with whatever is happening or whoever is in my life or whatever they are doing. Every soul has come alone and leaves alone. And every soul has its dharma. And that dharma is to know that I'm free from any kind of bondage of the world. Whether that bondage is created by me or my way of thinking, or that bondage is created by someone else's neurosis. In the scriptures, it's mentioned when a soul comes in, takes a human body. With that human body, it gets on the stage of life. And on that stage, actor takes on many roles. But it's still an actor, it's acting. So as we live in this world, may we think sometimes that it's all a play. It's all a play. Reality is something very different. Reality is I have come alone to experience the divine that I am, and I will live alone. That's the truth. And the rest is drama. And the drama goes on. We can change the drama anytime. We can take a little break from it. This is why our daily practice is so important. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever time we can carve out just to be quiet and distance ourselves from all the aspirations and failures and resentments and fear and anger, all that, just taking a step back, coming to that pure state of being where there is nothing. And in that nothing, there is everything. Everything is there. When we are holding on to something, that little event, that little situation, that little thing becomes big. It becomes like a little grain of sand in our eyes, hides the whole scenery spread in front of us. We become so consumed with it that we don't see what's in front of us. Just a little sand of grain. Whatever I am upset with, whatever I'm thinking of myself or somebody else, is just a little sand of grain. Wash it off. When we connect with our inner peace, that's our true self, peacefulness. When we connect with that peace, we have access to our inner ability to deal with whatever is in front of us. If I can't change it, at least I can deal with it. I'm not saying all those things are not important. They're important. But something more important is here that gets neglected. The play goes on. The river is flowing. The river of life is flowing. It looks like a river, but it's never the same waters. The water that was here today has flown downstream. Some new water is here. It looks like a river, but it's always new. That is our life. So sometimes some people I see, they put a label on themselves and they say, I'm like this. I'm like, this is my limitation. This is my story. It is the story because we hold on to it. The truth is, it's never the same. There is new water. It looks like a river, but new water. Yes, that water could be coming from the sacred mountaintop of the Himalayas, or maybe some drainage of some city upstream. That such is life. There'll be pleasure, there'll be pain. There'll be happiness, there'll be unhappiness. But this is life. May we not confine ourselves to a story and box ourselves in and say, this is me. Baba used to say, oh friend, you are not what you think of yourself to be. Oh friend, what are you looking for with so much agitation? Does exist, and you'll find it too. But it is not what you think it is, and you are definitely not going to find the way you are going about looking for it. Look for it within. Everything is within you. That treasure no one can take away from you. It requires little discipline, little commitment to what we really came here to do. We came here to experience, not only experience, to identify with that self, which is ever free. You are connected with me, you listen to my talks, Babaji is in your life. Aghor, Aghor tradition. Aghor is not a tradition, it's not a, people say Aghor tradition, but it's not a tradition. It's a state of being. And the core principle of Aghor is to be free. Freedom. Freedom from everything. Freedom from all the rules. Freedom from good. Freedom from bad. Freedom from judgment. Whenever you are in that moment of freedom, you are in Aghor state of being. And it happens to everyone. Without that, we'll go crazy. Those moments come, but we do not catch them because our mind is occupied somewhere else. Boond boond se ghat bhara, every drop fills the bucket. So in the middle of our busyness, in the middle of our drama, if you just step back, collect a drop, collect a drop, someday this bucket fills up. This is why I'm emphasizing the power of our simple daily practice. When we are doing the practice, mind will come in. Maybe there is something better, maybe something more exciting, maybe something more. But that's just the trick of the mind from letting you go deeper in that simplicity. The simpler it becomes, the more powerful it becomes. Shunya, it is said, shunya means loosely translated void. And this shunya is in Hindu thoughts, yogic thoughts, and also in Buddhism, there is a great importance of this shunya, where there is nothing, no thoughts, no mind. Mind will come in and say, I must experience something, I should do something, I should see shining bright light, deep blue light. But that's just its trick to get you out of that state of being. Shiva's state of being. Shiva is Aghor. Anyway, sitting on this bank of the river, it has been a very, very active time for me. It has been like the dance of Shakti. Just so much happened in Bal Ashram. We have built a new Satsang hall where local people come to sit and have talks. And upstairs, we put in 5 more rooms for guests and yoga groups from all over come and have an experience of Varanasi. And this will also make Bal Ashram financially more self-sufficient. So I'm preparing this place to be self-sufficient, not depend on anybody from outside. So that's the idea, that to have a place in this holy city that promotes the simplicity of a practice, free of any dogma, free of any label. And it's an important city in India where people come from all over the world looking for spiritual teachings and spiritual experience, spiritual practices. So this will be the place for that. And it's a beautiful place. All the boys that we raised now are grown up. Many of them are engaged in here. Someone is teaching yoga, someone is taking the hospitality, someone is running the hospital, someone is across the river. So my heart is very full that over the last 20 years, what we have done is really showing its fruit. And now it's time, it's taking a new turn. It's time to give back in a different way. And it's preparing itself for that. And my heart is full with gratitude for all the friends who have been with me over the years, have helped support this place and built this place. And it's going to continue to bring peace in the lives of the local people. Now the local people have a place to come and do their Triratri and meditations, and we built some rooms for that, simple rooms that have no air conditioning and no fancy things. Fancy means what we call normal, comfortable for Western standards, but we have some Indian standard rooms too. So this place has become a place for everybody to come from all walks of life. I'm going to ask Amy just to take the little monitor and show you around. It's still going on, but Amy, take it.
Good evening, good morning. Hello, everybody. So in case you missed it last time, there was a monkey that Babaji was talking about. Maybe you just finished breakfast. So here is a little view. Maganga is here, very calm and peaceful today. This is our kuti where people meet with Babaji for darshan. This is also our temporary temple, while the other temple in the distance is under construction. And here is the new buildings. Two existing buildings were joined with this middle piece that you see in white, with the guest rooms that Babaji was just talking about. The hall that he was just talking about is downstairs. And yeah, a lot is happening here. As you can see, people who are living here, going about their daily routine, people coming from the outside visiting for darshan of Sakar Baba and Akuti, and to see Babaji here. So looks like after a misty morning, the sun is coming out. And that's all I have for now. I'm wishing you a wonderful evening, and I'll bring you back to Babaji. Oh, this meditation. And this is our current meditation hall and yoga room, where people can gather for yoga and also meditation. And there's going to be another one of these on the top floor of the building that I was just showing you. There's Babaji's chair.
So you have seen a little glimpse of my life here, including my bed and all my clutter around me. I have a little smaller room here, bigger than others, but still a small room. And it's fun. So I'm not going to say much, but I would love to hear what's on your mind. If anybody wants to say something, please unmute yourself. And David, it's so good to see you.
Thank you, Babaji. It's so good to see you and to see the Balashram. So much greenery.
Yes.
So much. When I was there was everything. It was just sound. It was just sand and dirt. It just looks beautiful. I can see the new temple, and it looks like you're extending another floor on the building.
Yes, all around. From there all the way here, there is a second floor.
That is awesome.
The view is amazing.
Yeah.
So it's yes, since you came, it has been quite a change. The green, yes, environmental center, our little farm across the river. So I'm also promoting the greenery, the organic food, and so across the river we have cows and biogas and organic fertilizers, growing our own vegetables. So it's really a little model for
It's perfect.
sustainable living. Yes.
It's alchemy.
The real alchemy is our love. Thank you, David.
Thank you, Baba.
I'm waiting if anybody wants to say hi or unmute yourself or say if you liked something or didn't like something.
I saw that the temple unmuted. Did you all want to say something?
Stuart, what's happening at Upasana? Are you there, Stuart? Well,
Baba?
Stuart. Yes, where are you?
I'm here. I can't see the video, but um, they are putting in the new ceiling and in the temple, which is quite a dramatic change. There was a lot of damage up in the ceiling, so that's all been, we're halfway done. And new doors and windows to get us up to code with the county. And it's been a very busy time up here too. It seems that there's always construction, Babaji. And we've been doing some woodworking out there as well. And they're working on the new Dooney. So it's fun. It's absolutely beautiful and green up here.
Well, yes. And the stillness and the silence and no monkeys and no dogs barking.
No, the two dogs here are completely asleep by the fire. They've been snoring all the way through. Very
Those
happy.
dogs are luckier than many humans, I know. Weather? How is the weather?
Oh, we've had lots of rain, we had a couple of breaks, a little sunshine this afternoon for a couple of hours. Good thunderstorms, good windstorms, hailstorms. But I think that that's pretty much March in Mendocino. But you know, it doesn't deter anything, Baba. It's a rainforest this time of year.
Thank you, Stuart.
Sure.
Anybody in Sonoma? Anyway, we'll see you when we get there. Thank you all for your presence, and we have such a sweet family. Thank you for being there.